Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you would normally have at a bar. As always, we get all of our beer information from the Untapped app. That's UNTAPPD. You can now follow the show on there at Drunk with Buds.
It's the season 6 premiere.
Yeah, baby.
Today, we have a very special guest, the bubbly, boisterous brew mistress of boundless beer imbibing, Maddie Ranieri, the beer babe herself from Instagram and TikTok. She is sitting in with the buds while we talk social media and pub talk, diving deep into her soul during beer flights. Hopefully, a new watering hole for her in dive bar reviews. And finally, she's got to have to match her wits with the brainiac that we know is Honer in Brews Trivia. Hit the theme!
All right, everybody, welcome to the season 6 premiere. It's been a long time, I feel like, since we did a show, but you know what? It feels like we're back home, so it's all good now. And today we have a very special guest, Maddie, the beer babe.
Welcome to the show.
I did not know I was going to be the season 6 premiere. I feel incredibly special now.
Well, of course. VIP status.
That's right.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's the pilot, gotta lift off.
I love this. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Of course, heck yeah. And of course, the unexciting Bruce.
That's right. It's Bruce. Welcome to the show.
And now that he's done, so we're going to keep on keeping on. So now we actually have a very intense first beer for the season. It is Don't Lay a Finger by Listerman Brewing Company. It's a stout imperial double pastry. 10% ABV, now available IBU. 4.21 is the average out of 1,909 ratings. The style guide says, full of rich flavors of chocolate, vanilla, and roasted peanut. We brewed this pastry stout with massive amounts of the real stuff. With flavors additions at every stage of the brew. You'll definitely want to lay a finger on this one.
All I know is it smells fabulous. I wish there was a candle of just the smell.
Really?
You know, I
Ooh.
actually went to one of those like make your own candle places, and I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but this does kind of smell like a candle I made last week now that I think about it.
Oh, dang.
I still want to drink it though. That's the good news.
Speaking of those candle places, I actually went to one in Holland, Michigan.
Ooh, okay.
And they had, we got one that was a new book smell.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a fresh cut lawn smell.
I like both of those.
Yeah, I know, so do I. And those are amazing. So,
Yeah, they had one that was old books smell, and I'm like a huge book nerd, so I was wondering if I should buy that just for like the nostalgia. But I was like, it was a little crusty of a smell, like a little too old for me. I was like, I don't know if this is the vibe I want in my room right now.
yeah, those have been there since the 15 AD or some whatever.
Yeah.
Do they have books back then?
Hey,
Yeah.
that could be cool.
They're stone tablets.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're probably disintegrated by now.
So, speaking of things that are not disintegrated but being drank, what did you think of this beer so far? What's your first thoughts?
I'm in love with this. It's really, hold on, let me get another taste. It reminds me of another one that I've had, but I feel like I'm always looking for that peanut and chocolate flavor in beers just because I love a good stout.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like I can taste all of the flavors too, like the chocolate, the vanilla, the peanut. It's really good. I feel like we're coming off strong too with this being the first one.
Oh, we are.
I mean, like, I taste the peanuts, I taste the chocolate and the vanilla, like you said, but and it's good, it's smooth. I feel like it's a little light for me. It's on the border of porter. It's very close to porter on consistency. But
Yeah, that's true, actually. I see what you're saying.
But I'm really wishing it tasted more like a candy bar. It just tastes like the things you find in a candy bar. So I don't know,
Yeah.
I think it led me to feel like I was going to have a Butterfinger, and what I'm getting is candy bar esque, but not Butterfinger.
I don't know how
I
you would
will. I will say I kind of tend to prefer stouts a little bit lighter sometimes. I got into a really big like bourbon barrel aged stout kick when I first started getting into craft beer, and it kind of makes me have a stomach ache thinking about them now sometimes. Like I'll still drink them, but now I'm like it has to be a little lighter so that I don't feel like I'm gonna barf.
get. Right. I feel that. I think I know it says roasted peanut in here, but I feel like the roasted is kind of mixing in with the chocolate for me. And obviously it's
Yeah.
going to, but I feel like it's roasted chocolate and it's like a dark Hershey's to me. And that's not my favorite. So I think without that
It's
roasted
more-
tasted, I think I'd like it a little bit better.
It's more Good Bar, not Butterfinger.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Goodbar, right? I'm
Yeah.
totally blanking.
Yeah, I don't know how
it's
it
more
would've-
Mr. Goodbar than
Yeah.
Butterfinger.
I don't know how it would have been Butterfinger at all. It would have been like peanut butter in there.
Yeah,
or
more-
toffee.
more
toffee.
peanut butter.
It's got to have that toffee too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
not.
Some more caramel. But,
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I still like it.
I do too. It's a slow sipper for me though, for
Yeah.
sure.
There's
Well,
not a lot of beers I don't like. I'm going to be totally honest.
Whoa.
She
Okay.
just loves
Let's
them
make
all.
sure we find you one.
I know. Yeah, let's get one of those.
No, there's definitely been ones that I have been like, I don't ever want to drink that again. But it's few and far between. There was one that I actually got on a road trip to Indiana, probably 2 years ago. It was a Bomb Pop IPA.
Oh, nice.
The can was really cool. That's the thing that I liked. It had like a cat wearing glasses and there was glitter and it looked like Bomb Pop colors. And I was like, oh, just for the novelty, this sounds awesome. And it was one of those things where I took like 2 drinks of it and I was like, no, thank you.
Oh,
I'm gonna toss
man.
this one down
But
the
did
drain.
you throw up?
Oh,
No.
yeah, we've
no.
had that on the show.
Really?
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah.
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 It was a very, very terrible IPA. And
Yeah.
then I was like, well, we just took whiskey shots
Maybe it's not
right
that
before
bad.
this, so maybe I just need to clean my palate and try again. And then I almost did it again. So I was like, no.
What's the palate cleaning equivalent of like coffee beans at a candle store? Is it like ginger that you get at the sushi restaurant, or like do you drink a bunch of cold brew? Does that help?
Maybe some wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the cleanse your palate of the stout?
Yeah.
Just anything.
I feel like water
is there
is what
Water.
I
I
do.
mean, if you got water, I mean that's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
So
some milk maybe?
no, that would just make it probably. I don't know.
Probably worse.
Pouring a little bit of heavy cream in this might actually like liven it up a
I
little
was
bit.
about to pour my coffee in it. You saw me.
That's actually not a terrible idea.
I didn't think so either, but he said, no, don't do it. Please don't
Well,
do
you
it.
should
Don't do it.
have your first thoughts first before you alter.
I know.
We don't have another lime sauce experiment.
True. That's true. You're right. You're right, Bruce. This once. All right.
Just
So,
once.
everybody, let's get ready for our first segment, Pub Talk. Pub Talk with Bruce and Hunter.
Woo!
All right. So, this week we are talking social media.
Ding ding. I wonder why. Is there anyone here that's on the show a queen or a king of social media?
An
could
all-star?
be.
I think it's an all-star over
A
here.
VIP? I think we used thrown that term around today already.
Yeah.
I like VIP. That's a good one.
Very important princess.
That's also a better way to think of it too.
So how do you feel about social media? Have you found any pros and cons yet of being of growing?
So when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, I was thinking about what I have a constant soapbox rant about, and I just always go back to social media. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background. I graduated with my degree in journalism. I don't know if you're familiar at all.
From where?
From Lindenwood University here. It's in St. Charles. It's a small private school, just outside of St. Louis. So probably like 35 minutes outside of downtown St. Louis.
The good side
Um,
of St. Louis or the bad side of St. Louis?
the good side, the very safe side, the side that you can walk alone at night through. So, ironically, I actually ended up moving back out here 3 years after I graduated because I really like this area. But yeah, so I graduated with my degree in journalism. Not sure if you're familiar with the current state of journalism as far as like the behind the scenes goes, but it's really difficult to get into. And I had a couple job offers before I graduated, but it would require me to spend the bulk of my early 20s in cities with small populations. And as a, fresh 22, 23-year-old just graduating, I was uninterested in being somewhere that was not close to parties and friends still. So I ended up going the route of social media. And so I got a job at a local ad agency here in St. Louis doing social media. None of the brands I think you'd probably be familiar with unless you're a big soccer fan. St. Louis City SC was one of my primary clients. And then I had a fast food company from St. Louis called Lion's Choice. And then another one here called STL Made. So I really like social media. I found out I was really good at it. But when I say I like social media, it's very nuanced. It is both a blessing and a curse. So I've learned quite a bit in my last 3 years about it.
Nice. What are what's some of the pitfalls that you came into on that?
So that leads me to my next point. So I decided to start my beer account back in 2020, I think. It was, because you know what? It was funny. It was like 2 or 3 months before the world shut down in 2020 that I was like, hey, what if I started a beer Instagram? And it ended up being something that really carried me through 2020 because the pickup orders at breweries was still a huge thing. And we did this thing here in St. Louis called the Community Service Box. And I think it was like $100. And I got something like 40 beers from local breweries. And so it was fun. I got to like do unboxing videos and just get on Instagram and post stories and all the likes. But some of the pitfalls that I've seen with social media are just, this is going to sound crazy, just how easy it is for people to do whatever they want. So as somebody who is professionally a content creator, and like, I hate saying that because it feels so like millennial Gen Z to call myself a professional content creator, even though that's technically what I am.
Right.
It's almost kind of led to the degradation of the actual industry because people can do whatever they want. But on the flip side, people can also not be in social media, not have marketing experience, not know, the classic training of it, and make really cool small businesses and make really cool TikToks and post a lot of really cool information. I guess the part that I kind of don't like is the influencer part. So
I just recently watched a TikTok of Gary Vee. He's like the garage sale guy. He goes around, he makes millions of dollars from going to garage sales and stuff like that. And he was talking about a TikTok he did, or a social media post from like 3 or 4 years ago, where he's like, we need a new social media network where it forces quality over quantity.
Yes.
And he said he wanted to put it together, and where he's like, you can be on it, but you get one post a month.
Huh.
You get one. So it better be good or no one's going to follow you because you only get the one. You get to speak, on that thing. And I guess he went and did it. So it's not really well known or anything like that. But if you go on it, you're only getting quality over quantity.
Yeah. And, it's funny. I was just talking about it the other night. If you could see me roll my eyes and put the air quotes, the influencer market here in St. Louis is really small. It's not like people are looking to see day in the life videos of someone in St. Louis pretty frequently. If this was LA or NYC, it might be a different story, but I was talking to a gal who invited me to this little event. We have a beautiful botanical gardens here. And they do this thing called Festive Ale, where they have like 25 local breweries come in this year. and just set up and sample beer out to people, which is super fun. I love nothing more than getting drunk in a botanical garden after hours. Like, I can't think of anything better.
Getting
But
drunk in a graveyard.
that actually might be kind of fun. I'm really into spooky stuff, so
Yeah.
that could be cool.
I'm really into Urban Chestnut and Four Hands Brewing. I have to go to Chicago to get those beers.
Do you want to know something fun as a side note?
Oh, of course.
Have you ever had Four Hands Absence of Light?
That's my favorite stout of all time.
We have had that
Okay,
one.
same. I
It's the
freaking
peanut
love
butter.
that
It's the
one.
peanut butter milk
Oh yeah, I did
chocolate
like
milk
that one.
stout. That's how I got my name, is on a delivery run to right before COVID shut down, where they were going to shut down Chicago, where they were not letting anyone from outside of Chicago in. I slipped in with minutes left, picked up a case of Absence of Light and a couple other beers, and got back to Indiana before
Oh, hell
they were
yeah.
shutting stuff up. So I became the beer bandit then, because I was the bandit. That's the movie, the Smokey and the Bandit's, about them going to
Yeah.
get beer and coming back.
Yeah. So they are coming out with a Absence of Light Fat Elvis version that has bananas. And they're delivering me like a little PR pack on Tuesday with a donut pairing. I'm so stoked
Ooh.
about it.
Well,
I
if you
saw
get
that
two
the other
cans,
day.
one comes our way.
Yeah, absolutely. When it'll be open, or I think the 22nd is when they're going to start doing distribution like citywide. I'll absolutely pick some up for you guys.
That's wild.
Because we're not allowed. We literally have to go to Illinois to get anything from 4 Hands.
Yeah.
Or if it
Which is
happens to show
crazy.
up on Tavor.
Oh man, I am butthurt every single day that I can't get Tavor here. Every single day.
So we did pick up a stout recently that's on Tavor. And you're bringing up because you said, an Elvis version of Absence of Light. I picked up Love Me Tender.
Mm-hmm.
It is from Placentia, California. It is a 17.6% stout. And it's
Ooh.
Elvis Presley's favorite sandwich. Consists of peanut butter, bananas, and bacon and chocolate
Ooh.
in a
Whoa.
stout.
Interesting.
So we got a bottle coming this way.
And you said from placenta?
Placentia. You said placenta. I said placentia. I know
You
what's
know-
on your mind.
Hot take. I have been to California and okay, granted I was in one specific place, but I thought
Fresno.
I was in San Jose, Santa Cruz, that area. I was like, oh man, there should be some really awesome craft breweries around here. Was not super impressed with
Not-
the selection.
Not there. That's like the middle of Silicon Valley. That's just like geeks and computers.
Yeah.
they
I
don't
did
drink.
go to one. I did go to one that was pretty cool. I had a very good IPA. Oh, gosh, I can't remember. Discretion Brewing. That's what it was called. And I got a cool glass from there and then like a little hoodie. But yeah, no, I was not like the most impressed ever. But
I think you're gonna have to go like Northern California to
yeah,
Southern California to get your good beers, especially San Diego. Christine Baker of the Women's Beer Collective.
Heck yeah, dude.
She always keeps us tabs on San Diego beers.
yeah. I went to Portland too last fall, and that was my one that was shocking. I knew they had some good ones there, but we went to a Trader Joe's to pick up stuff to like have a picnic on the beach, and their Trader Joe's had the best beer selection I've ever seen. Like ours are okay, but not anything compared to this. I was very impressed.
The worst beer I've ever had came from Portland.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's the Baby Junior. It's that one that made me vomit.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the gross one.
But they've had they're really good. Their sours are phenomenal. Their blueberry muffin. They have a blueberry
Ooh.
muffin sour. You can taste the muffin top bread.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes, it tastes like you're
More
drinking
bien.
just the top of a muffin.
Huh.
It
The more I hear about this kind of stuff, the more I want to like become my own brewer, because I would put some crazy stuff in there.
like what?
No time like today. Go ahead. Get it started.
All right.
She's putting
Let's think.
and in it.
Yeah. What in the world? Now I'm on the spot. I would love to do more pepper beers, like the idea of like chocolate and chilies is just my favorite.
Like a
Okay.
spicy chocolate.
Okay, but I was hoping you were gonna say like I would love to make like a Mexican lager, but make it spicy.
Ooh, I see. I'm a sucker for anything spicy, spicy margaritas, spicy beers, any of that.
Spicy pickle.
But yes, I had one of those in Austin, and it was actually really good, shockingly good.
Was it from Martin House?
Yes, yeah, it was really good.
He knows everywhere.
I know. Well, the spicy pickle from Urban Artifact, which is on the show today, but not the spicy pickle version, is pretty good too.
I
Yeah,
like that one.
And I don't even like pickles.
there's another one that we were getting here. I can't remember. I can think of the can, but I can't remember who it was from. And it was like, oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. They do the rainbow sherbet beer, if you know that one.
Prairie artisanal.
Prairie. Yeah, Prairie had a spicy pickle, and it was not spicy or pickle. I was disappointed. But I don't know if you guys have had gooey butter cake, but I would love to do a gooey butter cake beer in the worst way, because as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been done yet.
We do have a Trader Joe's beer coming up in a future episode. It's made of their cookie butter.
The speculoos cookie beer, yes.
Oh, that
Like
sounds
Yep.
good.
as soon as it came out, it sold out. I was lucky that my wife, who works for Trader Joe's, snagged me a 4-pack for the show.
Yeah, that one's really good. And they had another, like a peanut butter cup one that I got like a year or two back. That was another one that I was like, man, this is really good. I do like the cookie beer though. My mom and I were the same way with that. We were like, we have got to try this as soon as possible.
All right, so I wanted to talk about my pros and cons of social media.
Ooh.
Yeah,
let me bring
yeah,
us
I
back
know.
to that.
Let's
Circling
bring it
back
back.
to-
Let's,
Circling it back.
let's
Yeah.
circle back. We talked about a lot of great beers, but let's talk about my pros of social media is, like you said, you can do whatever you want now on there. You're going to find your audience. No matter who you are, you will find someone that likes what you like, and then you will continue to grow. There's so many freaking people in this world. You're
Yep.
eventually going to snag and shoot off.
Yep.
The con that I think is, of course, I always say this, is that children can get on there and see what adults are posting,
Yeah.
and they can get influenced by it easily. And I know this for a fact because I see kids on there all the time, and they're like talking to these grown ass people and like talking shit. But like, I guess that's another con. Also, you have a voice. Everybody's voice is on there. It could be negative, it could be positive, but no matter what, everybody's on there.
I wish you could have like a social media network that was just for kids, but there would be no real way to police it to make sure it was only kids that were on it.
You should have kids on it, control it with other kids, so the kids have their own.
Sure,
thing.
as long as there was a way to validate that you were a kid.
Right.
But I can't even think of a way offhand that you could. It'd
No,
be-
there's no way. If it was ran by a kid, dude, it'd go to the ground because kids are stupid.
Well, maybe like I'm thinking maybe like some 15-year-olds. Could they be the ones in
Oh.
charge?
Sure,
Some
but
15-year-olds on
it's
student council, maybe.
but still, you wouldn't be able to. There would be no way to prove that you are a kid because
Right.
Yeah.
when you're a kid, especially if you're 15 or younger, you have no form of ID.
Yeah. And that's what they did for me. Like when I was running Facebook ads, Facebook and Meta and whatever the hell it is now, Business Suite, all of that is just the biggest shit show. And I would run ads and I would be like, Facebook, let me give you my money or my client's money for that case. And they'd be like, well, actually, first we want to prove you're a real person.
Oh yeah.
So now I just keep a copy of my driver's license saved to my laptop because I'm like, this happens once every like month and a half and it's just ridiculous.
Every now and then,
But yeah.
when we boost a post and stuff like that, it'll be like you have to be very careful because
if you have it underneath 21,
I move it up to 21 and all of a sudden I go to the next page. All of a sudden it's back to 18. Like, why did you fucking go back? Go back to 21.
Yep.
Because they're gonna deny it because we're talking about beer.
yeah.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. And like it's crazy. Like the things that kids do now on social media, like even I like to say I grew up as like the very, very last generation before social media got really big.
Mhm.
Now I have a brother who is 23. I'm 26, and his generation was very heavily influenced by social media. Like they were very into Snapchat, they were very into Instagram, and the way that he uses social media and talks about social media to me and with me is so different than even I think about social media as someone who's not that much older than him. And so, you know, I was still going outside and playing with my friends and playing capture the flag, whereas my brother was just, you know, becoming the age where they were getting on Snapchat and I guess maybe, I don't know if you consider Call of Duty a form of social media.
I mean,
but
It's got chats, it's got
games.
chats,
I mean,
Discord and all that.
Discord
Yeah.
and just streaming everything on Twitch and stuff like that.
yeah. And like, so I was just talking to my boyfriend's mom the other day, and she's a fourth grade teacher. And she was telling me about some of the stuff that their kids get into at her school on social media. And it is heinous. I'm like, I was bullied in middle school as like everyone was, but the things that they can do now with social media, like it terrifies me, you know, for my own future potential children
Yeah.
to think about the kind of stuff that can go on social media. And it's like, I feel like there's never a right answer for how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or how to control that.
It's a you're damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because if you deny your kids the technology to be on social medias and stuff like that, then they get bullied for not having it and things like that from their peers. And then when they do have it, they're still subject to the same bullying for different reasons.
Yeah. Even I like like when I was in high school and social media was just starting to really gain popularity. Like Twitter was just starting getting cool when I was in high school. Like we had bully accounts that would pop up that would like try to bully every kid from every high school in St. Louis. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard about St. Louis and our high schools, but it is a trip. We are like, I think we have the most private schools per area that are like private Catholic schools. And the next closest one is New York. And I think New York has like 5. We have like 15 or something like that. But it's a very like, if you've ever heard the term, where did you go to high school? It is a very real thing in St. Louis because people use that to determine like where you grew up, who you might know mutually, who you are as a person, like what the stereotypes were that were associated with your high school. But that stuff started happening when I was in high school on Twitter, and it went like wildfire. And I remember we had to have our vice principal come in to some of my classes and like sit down and talk to us and be like, we're aware that there's some like school-wide bullying going on Twitter. And like, you know, we just want to offer resources, but I know it's 10 times worse now for kids these days. So I feel horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy because nowadays kids obviously growing, they're all hormonal and everything. They're going through the freaking whatever. They feed off the negativity now. They're getting the wrong influence from online. They see that negative things get views, they get seen. Kids these days just want to be seen and heard because that's exactly how society portrays life. That if you're seen and heard, then you are going to be famous, you're going to be great, you're going to do awesome, you're going to be good, and then you're going to be respectable. But then it's like, if you're not, then you ain't shit.
And I think the strongest argument that I ever see for people that are very against social media, because like I never see somebody that is in the middle. I see a lot of people that are very pro social media and a lot of people that are very anti social media. And I feel like you can't, I don't know, it's hard to balance that sort of in between. But the biggest argument that I see that I think is most valid is that, you know, people are growing up looking at themselves through a filter and through a lens. And I know that even growing up in the early 2000s and all you saw was like low-rise jeans and whatever they call like crackhead chic, I think is what they've called it. Or that might be the 90s. But, you know, growing up and that was my influence, I know that for sure was detrimental. But imagining having the tools at like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old to completely alter what your face looks like. And then you grow up and the face that you see on your phone doesn't look like the face that you see in your mirror. Like, talk about effed up. That is just, I get that. I totally get that as an argument that it's very against social media.
All right. So we talked a lot. That was good. I was into it.
Love it.
But we're gonna have to move on from this segment. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about this beer?
So we
I
use
like
the
it.
Untapped scale from 0 to
Yep.
5 by quarters. Tell us what you like, dislike, everything you can. Describe it, and then give us your rating.
Sure. I think that the chocolate comes through a little bit more now that I've drank on it. And it's more of a dark chocolate flavor that I get kind of like on the back end of my tongue. I actually wish the roasted peanut was a little bit punched up. I think the vanilla is good. I think that can stay where it is. I think that it would be definitely better labeled as like a Mr. Goodbar beer instead of Butterfinger. I think it's very sippable, but that's also me. I would pound 10% ABV beers frequently. Um, let's go. Let's go with a 3.5.
I'm very similar. I'm giving it. Well, I was going to give it a 3.25, but I love the can art. I think.
Yep.
I think everything about it is the same as what you're saying. I wish there was a toffee flavor to it. Just to
Yep.
give me a hint of the Butterfinger, and I'm in. But
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 0.25 more because of the can art. So I'm giving it a 3.5 as well.
Yeah, that's what I did. I gave it an extra 0.25 for the can art. I like the metallic and everything, and the Simpsons cameo. I
Yep.
like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3.25. I liked it though, but like I said, I think I could do without the roasted.
Yep.
And you're never a fan of dark chocolate. So if it was
Yeah.
like a milk chocolate thing,
Oh,
more like the
oh,
absence of light,
God,
you'd be.
yeah, I'd be there.
So we're going to go to our first sponsor.
Looking for a cool craft beer bar? Hop Station Craft Bar has over 30 rotating taps and hundreds of bottles and cans to enjoy. They also do can purchases for carryout. Not a fan of beer? Well, you're in luck because they have a unique cocktail menu as well. So come enjoy the arcade games, dart boards, and the pool table. Oh, did we forget to mention the food? Whether you want street tacos or delicious pizza, you can't go wrong. With the outdoor patio, it won't be hard for you to find the perfect spot to relax. So head down to Hop Station, the #1 craft beer bar in Indiana. You'll find them on 318 Union Street, Mishawaka, Indiana. Yeah, chillin' days in the club, man, gonna make a haze, gonna run through the maze, maybe little naked later, I'm gonna lay in the grass with my butt cheeks in the grass, gonna love it on my ass, gonna be there for a while, never gonna ending smile, gonna love my life for a little while.
His ass is in the grass.
I'm dazed. In the haze, I'm loving it, but all the way I'm going to the mall now, yeah. That was Free Hard Club Banger Type Beat Days, produced by The Mad Beats by No Copyright Beats on YouTube. Welcome back.
And welcome back, Maddie, the biggest Detroit Red Wings fan there is.
All right.
You throw
You
shade.
know-
You throw shade on TikTok or whatever you did about me being a St. Louis Blues fan. You have it coming. I don't dish you for being a Blues fan, but you don't call me one. I'm gonna call you a Red Wings fan. That's the ultimate insult.
Yeah. At this point, though, do I really care about what the Red Wings do? Like, maybe
Yeah,
if
we
they
want
were...
them to keep losing. I
Yeah.
hope they set a record for never winning a game in a whole season.
I was like, maybe if they were better, I'd care a little bit more. But
Damn.
Yeah, they suck. Even when they're good, they suck.
yeah, it's funny. I grew up in a really, really big hockey family. My dad always jokes about how he obviously doesn't remember this, but his mom remembers breastfeeding him and watching the inaugural season of the St. Louis Blues back in '68. And so I feel like it's one of those things that it's in my blood at this point. He played in college and high school. Could have played juniors, could have probably maybe gone pro if he tried, but he took over the family company and the rest is history. My brother played. Ironically, all my neighbors played growing up. My roommate in college, her dad was on the Anaheim Ducks in 2007 when they won the Stanley Cup, and she played for the women's team at Lindenwood. So it's all over around me. I've never played. I played field hockey briefly, but it's a very different thing. So
Yeah, a lot more dirt.
yeah, I can't skate. So if I could, maybe.
Well, just like a Detroit fan, can't skate. Got it. All right. So first, the beer on tap right now is Fruitlegger Mango Mescalita from New Image Brewing. It's a sour. It's fruited. It's 4.7% ABV. No listed IBUs. There's been 84 check-ins. Just 84. That's all. For an average score of 4.26. New Image is a microbrewery out of Arvada, Colorado. The style guide says, fruited sour ale with pineapple, mango, blood orange, and lime juice. It should taste tropical, mango, lime, smoky, and smooth. What is everyone's first thoughts?
Let's see. Ooh.
Ooh. I agree with the ooh.
I was doing a quick post on social media because look at the goblin, and does it not look like Ben Hardy from Ghost in the Pines?
Ghost in the Pines ex I forget his old band. Before Ghost in the Pines. Fear the Sparrow.
Yeah. We had them on the show, but he dressed like this on the front picture, so I was like, this is him literally on the can.
Beer, yeah.
But going back to the beer, I love it.
It's different.
I get the smoky. I do get the smoky.
Is the Mezcalita?
I get it a little bit. I kind of wish it was smokier.
Well, you didn't roll or turn your can upside down like we did. So
I did not.
Yeah.
Well, mine sounds good. I didn't roll mine either.
I can't place my finger on it.
Now, there's some more information in the can that's not on Untappd, which is interesting. The ingredients say malt, troubadour ballad, troubadour serenade, Wireman oak smoke wheat, miscellaneous agave, pineapple mango, blood orange, and lime, hops, aged, yeast.
So what is
I feel like I
Mezcalita?
get the agave a lot.
It also says bees knees giggle water on the can.
So this is like a what is it? It's like a tequila in there. Is that what that Mezcalita is? It's a sibling of tequila. I see.
Yeah, the agave. Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
It is.
It's like the sweetness of it isn't really like weird on the it's not an artificial sweet. That's what I'm trying to say.
right.
Because like you know how they get kind of like gummy on the back of your mouth.
Yeah, they're very
When it's
sour,
artificial.
sweet, too salt or sugary.
Yeah. And it doesn't leave that like lingering like, oh my God, I just drank full sugar water kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's way more. It definitely does taste more organic. And usually if you have like guava, is it agave? Agave. If you have agave in it, it tastes like tequila. You can taste it way more, but this is very hint, and it might be helping the juiciness of it.
I almost feel like if someone took like an Ecto Cooler from Capri Sun or whatever, or High C, and they're like, let's make it for real. Like no artificialness, but we're going to pump up the volume on extra stuff. So that tartness is definitely the blood orange. That comes through.
That's a very accurate description of that actually. Like and it's funny because I do not like tequila, really, truthfully, or margaritas, if I'm being honest. Like I just every time I drink them, it hurts my stomach. I feel like there's a common theme here. Everything's hurting my stomach. But yeah, no, I don't like that kind of like too fruity or too sweet or too over the top. And this just doesn't feel over the top. It feels really well done.
What's interesting about this to me too is that it's almost a hybrid sour. It's not really just straight sour. It does taste like we've had a few sour IPAs where there was like literally no IPA like what you would normally taste in an IPA.
Yep.
But you have the body kind of like an IPA, and this kind of feels like that again. Like It takes 75% sour and puts a little bit of the IPA
I
in
think
there.
what happens with this one is it says fruited sour ale, not gose. And those are usually where you'll get the
I don't know where the A is, but it's Goza.
gose. Shut the fuck up, mother.
Close enough. We know what you mean.
Thank you.
That's that 10%'s hitting you a little hard.
It is a little hard on me.
Now it's time for us to get hard
Oh, easy there.
with our questions on beer flights. Who?
What?
When?
Where?
Why?
And how?
All right, welcome to Beer Flights. This is where we drill you with really hardcore questions. Are you ready for the very first one that's deep, psychological, and it's gonna make you think about it all day?
I'm kind of nervous. I didn't prepare
Everyone's
for this. I
first
didn't
time.
study.
Oh, yes. Well, here it is.
All right.
Who are you?
Well, that's
Well,
a
that fell
loaded
flat a
question.
little bit. She was like gripping for it, and then she's like, "Who are you?" Oh,
Now I'm having an existential crisis over here. Damn.
Exactly. You're gonna think about it all day.
I'm Maddie Ranieri. I'm the beer babe on Instagram and TikTok. I'm more than that too. I'm a dog mom. I'm a really like cooking, really like gardening. I'm a basic gal.
Okay. Basic gal.
Yeah.
basic beer babe.
Yeah, hey, do you know her? That is an Instagram.
I do not.
Yeah, no, that does exist.
I'm sure.
She lived in St. Louis briefly. That's how I know her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I work from home, so aside from that,
Right now, you're working outside.
Heck
yeah, this is definitely making me have an existential crisis. Who
told
am
you.
I?
I'll be thinking about it, man. I don't know what the hell I am or who I am.
Yeah, what in the world?
If so like now looking back on it, your name's the Beer Babe.
Yep.
Was the first one taken the Babe Biatch?
No, I
feel like
didn't
that'd
actually
be
consider that.
I feel like
That
that'd be a
was-
badass name. The Beer
That
Biatch.
was not in the running, but I could figure out if it still exists.
I wonder if it's on there.
We could always rebrand.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. This is the Beer Biatch. Used to be the Beer Babe.
Beer.
You know,
Okay.
I don't even know where it really came from. I kind of like tossed around a couple of names, but they were all variations of the Beer Babe. It was like that Beer Babe or the Beer Babe. The only thing that I had an issue with was like getting the handle, but luckily I didn't have to do anything weird. I didn't have to add in like a bunch of hyphens or like underscores or periods. Like I just got the _Beer Babe. Easy and quick.
Yep. And what is it? Some people always go the one and only or the real. So the real Beer Babe. So that you can tell
Yes.
everybody else that it's you, not them.
In case I ever have an issue with
Yeah.
like someone trying to steal my account.
Yeah, if you run into that, be like, hey,
Yeah.
I got to get the copyright, or I'll just switch my name to the one and only Beer
Just get
Babe.
that blue check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have done the blue check mark verification process for other clients. It's such a hassle and for like no reason. Like Twitter, you basically have to give them your firstborn child in order to get a blue check mark. And same thing with TikTok. Like they don't even have a list of guidelines as to what it requires to get a blue check mark on TikTok. It's only like people's like what they think it might be. There's no official brand guidelines. There's nothing.
I felt like it would be however many followers you get, or is that not a thing?
I think it's a lot of that, but
think it
it's
helps.
also like on Facebook, if you're a brand, you can go on there and I think dump your like EIN in or something like that
Right.
and pretty much quickly get verified. But with TikTok, it's not quite like that. It doesn't matter like if you were a huge brand or, you know, I do think it's more based on followers though, for sure.
Okay, so I looked it up. TikTok verification criteria. Number 1, authenticity. Your account should contain posts that reflect your original thoughts and not copied from others. Two,
That's very loose.
I bet it is. I see a lot of people that don't do that. Two,
Yeah.
unique. Your account must contain unique content not generally found with other users. It must be quite attractive. That's a lie also. I see a lot of people do response videos and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not your content, but, you know, it's not unique.
Yeah, or like duets,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, people get famous off those anyway.
Yeah.
Three, active. Your post should be regular and consistent. I can see that. I feel like a lot of people do it like every day or every other hour.
Yeah, that makes sense. But there's probably nothing about there actually being a brand.
Right. So yeah,
You can't just show up as like Walmart or something and then
Yeah.
they verify you.
yeah, because they got like 9 of these. So there's 4 stick to the rules. Your post shouldn't violate TikTok's community guidelines. Okay, whatever. A lot of girls do that. I see that, I guess. And people get pissed at them because they're like, I literally shared my I don't know. They're like, I can't do this. I can't show you guys making me painting or whatever, but this can get away with it. But
Yep.
they got 5 steady growth of followers. Your account must see an increase in followers daily, anywhere between 500 to 2,000 a day. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
6.
Yeah, no.
No way. 6. Watch time growth. The number of views per video and the amount of time spent on it must grow higher. All right. So 7. Constant high quality content. You must post viral content to attract your
That's like
audiences and keep them
crazy
engaged.
subjective.
Yeah, it is.
Whose quality?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just own my own company now. I don't work for anybody. I do freelance social media, copywriting, all that stuff. And I was helping a brand not too long ago get their TikTok launched. And it was this kind of stuff that we had to go through because they're like, well, you know, what are the guidelines? Can we meet the guidelines? Can we meet the criteria? Can we get verified like as fast as possible? And I was like, no. I was like, it's gonna take probably forever unless, you know, something goes viral, but that's also not something that you can predict. That just
right.
happens.
Yeah, and then number 8 is media coverage. The TikTok verification team checks if you are a prominent personality featured in newspapers, TV shows, magazines, or any press coverage that showcases your credibility.
How do you even submit a newspaper article?
Does that even exist anymore?
Just tell your local newspaper, be like, hey, can you guys just do a quick article about me called The Beer Babe, and then I can show this to TikTok? Like, dang.
I can scan it in because
Yeah.
it's print media. Speaking
That
of TikToks, go ahead.
I was gonna say print media will always have my heart, but it's a dying breed.
Except
it's
for the
not
candle.
existing.
If we all just go silent right now, we can kind of hear it dying in the distance.
I can hear dogs barking.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Either people cutting their lawns.
So what got you started in the beer reviews on TikTok?
So should we back it up into what got me started in beer in general?
Sure.
Because it's kind of funny.
Beep, beep.
So I was an interesting sub 21-year-old. I definitely liked, you know, having my fun and all that, but my parents were really big into Schlafly here in St. Louis. And when I would go home on like my college breaks and stuff like that, I would want to have, you know, a couple beers with my parents. Well, the only thing that they ever had was craft beer, which was much different compared to, you know, the Bud Heavy that I was drinking by the gallon in
I mean,
college.
you're in the home of Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't pick it if I have another option, but it's good. It can be really good sometimes. And especially the closer you are to the brewery. Like when you're down in Soulard, which is right outside where the brewery is, I like to joke that they have fresh tap lines that run from the brewery to these bars because it's so stupid fresh down there that it makes you actually be like, this might not be the worst option. But anyway, so I got a job actually right after I turned 21 working with Schlafly. And it was Schlafly's Pumpkin Ale and the Abita Purple Haze that turned me into a beer lover. Well, my job with Schlafly was just to have a pop-up table, a tablecloth, a mini cooler, and as much beer as my little Ford Focus could fit. And I would go around to grocery stores and events and parties and all that good stuff. And I would sample beer out to people. Um, I'm very talkative, if you couldn't tell. So I got to like learn about beer and educate people about beer. And it was always something that I had a lot of fun with because, and this is going to be me going up on my soapbox. I feel like as a woman, sometimes it's hard to find craft beer that's accessible because it seems kind of intimidating if you don't know what it is. And so that is in turn kind of what led me to start posting on TikTok, because I have so many freaking people that I talk to that I try to evangelize 24/7 about why they should be drinking craft beer because it's delicious and I love it. And they're like, well, I don't want it to taste like beer. I don't want it to do that. I want that. And I'm like, okay, well, let me let you try this extra fruited sour that's basically just pounds of fruit juice that is lightly alcoholic. And so I was bored. And I was kind of transitioning between having a job and going full time owning my own company. And I was trying to stay creative and I was trying to stay focused. So I was like, what if I take a bunch of beers, go walk around in my backyard like a goofball, pour them out, do a voiceover, and tell people why they should drink this beer if they don't usually drink beer. And ironically, the one that I posted that like finally went viral, I had just gotten back from a winery. I was half drunk. I was sitting out on my back patio where I am now. And I was like, what if I make a TikTok right now? And then I got back on the next morning and it had like 7,000 views. And I texted my cousin, I texted my boyfriend, and I was like, hey, I'll remember you guys when I'm famous. I just want to let you know it's taking off. It was nice knowing you all.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I've done the damn thing and I wasn't even trying. And it's fun for me because it's kind of like a thought experiment as much as it is just me posting stuff on the internet. Because I'm like, well, I'm like, I do this professionally. Why couldn't I do this personally? And then it, like I said, it caught on and people started loving what I was saying. And it's been a really cool group of people that I've gotten to follow me, like really nice people. I think I only got bullied once, and that was because the gal said that the beer had like 6,000 calories in it. And I was like, okay, first of all, what? Second of all, even if it did, I would still drink it.
Right? If it tasted good, damn.
Yeah, I was like, screw you. I like it anyway. But I was sitting there and I was like, okay, realistically, I was like, if a regular beer has like, I don't know, like what, 300 calories, something like that. I was like, even if a regular 8-ounce had that many, I was like, there's no way that the math would math if a 16-ounce had 6,000. I was like, that just doesn't seem right. So anyway, yeah, and I think I got shadow banned not too long ago. So I'm kind of trying to like pull myself back up, but oh well, it's fun. Like I said, kind of a thought experiment.
That's awesome. At least you're having fun while doing it. But this takes me to my next question. When you do think of doing a video, it sounds like, is it just spontaneous or do you try to plan some? Like you see a beer and you're like, I have an idea for this one. Or like, is it just like, hey, we're going to just open it up and try it?
So it kind of depends. I am not big on planning videos. I kind of like them to just go how they go.
Right.
But there has been times recently where I've seen beers out at stores. I'm like, oh, that would make a really cool video. Or like,
okay,
oh, I love this one. And I forget that other people might like it because I've known about it for so long and I've loved it for so long. So a little bit of yes and a little bit of no. But I will say, like, when I first started, a lot of it was just like, should I have in my fridge? And I was like, oh, cool. I can post a TikTok about this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how, like, we do. Like, when we do videos, we try a beer and whatnot, and just, like, a quick, maybe minute or so. And haven't really I've been trying to throw them on the TikTok, but it's mostly just my personal account. We don't actually have, like, an actual business account. Because I don't know how it would be to run 2 of those already. I'm like, one's fine.
That's a lot.
Yeah, one's fine. I'm already doing social media stuff, so I'll just kind of keep it with one thing. But yeah, so it's that's kind of how I am. If we have like a beer or something like that, like somebody will bring me, or like, and I'll be like, hey, this would actually or if it's like a beer I've never tried and we're not doing it on the show, that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to do just like a quick video of this to kind of keep it up. And so that's kind of how I do it too.
I like it to be authentic when I do it. Like I am very against the idea of just selling something because you're getting paid or like because it's an ad or because you think that you need to be nice about it. Like people aren't following me because they want me to pull out every beer and be like, "Oh, this is delicious." Like they're following me because they want me to be like, "Yeah, this actually sucks." Which I'll be honest, just as like a base level, I don't usually do, but if I did, I would say it. That's why people like you. People don't want to follow people that are so inauthentic because, you know, back to my social media soapbox, that's all it is sometimes.
That's exactly how we feel because that's how we are. We're very vocal about if we don't like it.
Yeah.
We're blunt about it, and we've actually never ran into any breweries being pissed off at us or anything like that. And brewers do like more when you're able to critique their stuff.
Yep.
So then, because they realize that not everything's for... You know, not everything's going to be hit with everybody. Obviously, it has their own audience, just like, you know, how we all have our audience. And so, but they like seeing people try new things. So, like, they like to hear their thoughts on the beers that they don't usually try and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, with breweries, for the most part, we haven't had any problems or anything like that. Just, you know, just one time. But it's okay.
Oh, were they mad at you?
It's a long story.
Yeah, we're not going to get into it on air, but Bruce is stupid.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, so for the next question.
Yeah.
Where is the best bar brewery you have ever gone to?
Ooh. Man. Does it have to be like in St. Louis? Can it be anywhere?
It can be anywhere.
Okay. So I took my boyfriend to Austin, Texas in June for his birthday. And he is not a big beer drinker. Long story short, I took him to his first beer festival like this time last year. And it was a pour your own beer festival. So he decided he was going to drink every stout that he possibly could. And ended up with his face in a bag of Taco Bell on my living room floor night.
The bag of Taco Bell was on your living room floor?
Yes. So we went to this beer bar though, because I didn't want to do two brewery. Like I wanted to make sure he could get something too. And it was in like South Austin. It was very much so off the beaten path. It was not a touristy kind of type deal. It was a biker bar, but it was also a really like huge tap list craft beer bar. So part of the reason why I liked it so much was because we had the best tacos we've ever had like in our entire life there. We had tongue tacos and birria and fried avocado, and it was literally amazing. And we looked at each other afterwards and we were like, this is the best taco we're ever gonna have. Like this is where it stops. So just appreciate it now.
Did you guys kiss the tongue?
Yeah. I told him before we ordered it, I was like, are you ready for this? He's like, I will eat whatever. So it was really good, but it was just a really cool atmosphere. And, you know, it was, open concept kind of. So like the bar part of it, was underneath a covered like tin roof, but then it was open air. So it went out into like the food garden. Wasn't super busy. I think we were there on like a Wednesday, but we drank a bunch of beers, found out that the dude that was our bartender was from the town that my boyfriend works in, which is just so funny that, you know, that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, it was like good memories, good beer, and good food, which I feel like is the best combination for the best sort of beer bar.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you for answering our intense questions.
We got one left, though.
Yes.
Yeah, we got one last question.
How do you feel about the beer that you're drinking right now?
I like it. It's good. It's actually I probably would have not chosen it on my own, if I'm going to be honest. Do you want me to give like a full review?
That's right. It's time. It's time for that review.
All right, I'm ready. I like it. It is sweet, but I don't feel like it's an overpoweringly sweet. Um, Probably one that I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I need to have that again. But I like it. I like the can art. I think the can art's cute.
I love it.
Yeah, I like the colors. I kind of like when beer cans match the color of the beer, which sounds kind of weird, but it's
No, I agree.
like a satisfying sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's something that I can't quite pin down that I don't think that I love. I don't know if it's one of the fruits or if it's just like the overall combination, but it's not like a sickeningly sweet thing. It's just like, I don't know, maybe it's too smooth. Like almost I wish that there was a little more of a sour sort of a tang to it.
Okay.
Let's give it a let's give it a 3.
All right, so I am loving this one.
Mhm.
The only thing, there are a couple things keeping it from a 5 because I give it a 4.75. I really love this one, but the two things in it that I don't really care for because I'm getting like a leftover at the end aftertaste of like blood
Yep.
orange and the smoked wheat together. And I'm not liking that. It's still in my throat right now. And I'm like, that's the one thing I don't like about it. But if you would have got rid of maybe the blood orange, because I don't mind the smoke too much, but I think it mixed with the blood orange. Get rid of one or the other, I guess, and then it would be good. Like, I love it. I love this beer so much.
Would it be great then?
Yeah, it would be a 5 if it was missing that aftertaste of smoky blood orange. So whatever you can do to fix that, I would turn it into a 5 for me.
Well, I like blood orange. I think the smokiness stays too long. I don't mind that it's there when you're drinking it. But like you said, it's kind of sitting in the back of your throat.
Like you just got out of like a cigar shop.
I guess, yeah. But I don't put cigars in the back of my throat. But I'm going to give it a 4.25. It is in the level of great. It's just not, like you said, it's not a 5-star. About sours along these lines, way better than this. But this does beat a whole bunch. And it's different. I reward different. And the can art is spectacular.
Yeah, the can art is also in there for the 4.75.
So we're going to hit up our next sponsor. Here we go.
Indiana Whiskey Company, located at 1115 West Sample Street, South Bend, Indiana. Open from Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a sampling room, but you can also purchase whiskey, bourbon, flavored whiskeys like chocolate and maple, which we have tried on a past episode. So, go give Indiana Whiskey Company a visit in South Bend, Indiana, or you can find them at your local liquor store. And if they don't have it, then ask them to carry it. Sign up for a tour at inwhiskey.com. Yeah, hanging in the Bahamas, man. I'm hanging with your mamas, man. I'm hanging out with all of them. I'm hanging out with your family too. I'm doing all the damn things that we doing like a family trip and you are just a fool. Yeah, gonna throw you into the water cause I hate you. They my family now, bitch. Yeah, yeah,
Pina colada, yummy, yum, Bahama mama, llama, hama, ooh, ah, coconut bra.
Yeah, Coconut Bra, that's my favorite toy at the shopping mall. Man, why am I at the mall all day? Fuck it, I'm about to leave. Yeah. Happy cooking hip-hop kids by Infraction, no copyright music, toys. Infraction, no copyright music on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
We are here, and we got the third beer, and Bruce has it.
Rusket Red, Oliphant Brewing Lager Red, 5% ABV, no listed IBUs. 403 people have checked this in for an average score of 3.69. 69! Oliphant Brewing is a microbrewery of Somerset, Wisconsin. The details on the style guide are really, really descriptive. Wisconsin Red Lager. Okay, so it should taste malty, clean, sweet, nutty, and hoppy.
So it's very nutty, it's very malty, very hoppy, and very dark, kind of dark, and definitely tastes barrel aged, and I am not a fan.
Now I'm going to change my thing because they have a Rusket Red and they have the bourbon barrel aged Rusket
so
Red.
You didn't say that.
So this one's had 87 check-ins for a score of 3.85, so higher. The style guide on this is way better. Bourbon barrel aged Wisconsin Red Lager. So what's everyone think so far?
Don't like it.
I know that I shared earlier that bourbon barrel aged makes my stomach hurt, and so I'm always a little wary of it, but I like it a lot.
Ooh.
I think that it's like, I think the sweetness, the overly sweetness that you get when it's in a stout is absent here. Like, you get the actual bourbon barrel aged flavor
It-
versus
It definitely does taste like bourbon,
the stout. Yeah.
but I'm missing the part where I just want to have bourbon.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have a shot. I think this is, I can taste the bourbon barrel, so they got that, boom, it's there. But I really like red lagers, and this is making me not like red lagers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is like red lager adjacent. Like, if they told me that this wasn't a red lager, I'd believe them.
Okay.
But I still like I I don't know. This one's kind of complicated because I can kind of taste it, I think.
It's very clean, and it's
Yeah.
very flavorful. It fires on all cylinders. It's just, are the cylinders that you like?
No,
I think it's
absolutely not.
if you like things that taste just like bourbon but are very light versions of them, so it doesn't have the body
Yeah.
of a bourbon,
It's malty for sure.
and there's some malt. You know, it's like a Oktoberfest married a bourbon barrel, and then they had a kid that was whiskey, but it was like an albino version of it. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, that's man. These descriptions are spot on. I wish I was better at the descriptions, but I mean, yeah, it's red lager adjacent for sure.
And it's got a weird creature on this can
Yeah,
art.
and I know it's supposed to be a mouth, but that looks like a booty hole with teeth,
Yeah, it looks like
it's
a.
yes,
and it's
It's-
bleeding.
it's distracting to me because like
And there's,
you're like, oh, there's the bourbon and there's the barrel aged, but then it's not. Like it's like a combo.
yeah, I mean, it's like you took a can of just what you would call bourbon, barrel aged bourbon barrel, if it was somehow a liquid, and then you have a red lager can, and then you tip them both up and try drinking them at the same time.
Yeah,
it-
exactly.
They're like not mixing in the same can. They're just two separate liquids.
Yeah,
They're
fighting each
existing,
other.
They're coexisting, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're coexisting together.
So, are you slightly disappointed with this one?
She says she liked it.
I like it. I like it a lot actually because I like the not aggressive bourbon barrel aged flavor. I was hoping for more of the red lager. That's why I was really excited because I love a good red lager. And so I was like, "Oh, cool. If that comes through, I'll be happy." But I still really like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like a good red lager. I just wish I tasted more of it, I guess.
More of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't know what we're getting until the day of, so I don't.
Which is great. That's
Yeah,
what we're all about.
It is good until I'm like, I didn't even look at this and give it a twice look over until I pulled it out for this moment, and now I wish I would have just looked at it and threw it away.
It was a mystery for you.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, oh, cool, this is sweet.
Well,
All
let's
right,
get to the bottom of the mystery.
yes, let's hit it. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. Oh, 1 star or 2, 3 star or 4, maybe a couple of 5s. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. Yes, so dive bar review is back, and it's where I read 1 through 5 star reviews for dive bars I'll probably never visit. All right, let's do this thing. Today we're digitally visiting Tam Avenue Bar in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, how fun.
You been there?
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you describe it before I read any of these reviews and see if they're accurate?
It's like a barrel aged thing got with a red lager.
It's not like upscale dingy. Upscale dingy mixed with like fun patio. And they have killer food. But it's turned very college recently. Like it's turned into the bar that people go to when this is my favorite descriptor. It's turned into the bar now that people go to when they peaked at Mizzou and they need to get that feeling again.
God dang.
It's a lifestyle.
She said y'all has-beens, you'll love it there. All right, so we're going to see if they do agree with you. So,
Okay.
First off, we have Robert Chandler from Friends. 3 stars says, we came here after leaving Bar K and called in advance to say we were coming for food and asking about whether or not they were dog friendly. We arrived and got settled into a table on the back patio, which was extremely crowded, only to find out that their kitchen closed at 8 p.m. on a Friday, which would have been nice to know if they would have bothered to tell us when we mentioned we were coming for food. Extremely disappointed.
Yeah, extremely crowded makes sense. I get that.
All right, Mike Jackson with a 1 star says, just kidding. Well, I used to really enjoy coming here. Extremely welcoming environment to begin with. Then one day I sat at the bar inside with some regulars, I believe, and was just unwinding while one of the bartenders continuously screamed how the African American race was here in America first, and they are the superior race. This lasted roughly 45 minutes. I mean, the definition of racism is saying that one race is superior. It was very startling and disturbing. I have also heard this has happened more than once. I just wanted to have a drink. Very disappointed. Everyone else was so nice. It's a shame.
Well, sounds like St. Louis, truthfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds like a
kinda
dive
sad.
bar, you know? Some people have opinions and they're very vocal about it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of dive bars are kind of like that, but some of them are not as much like that, but I can see that.
Like what
happening.
what did you expect though
Yeah.
from a dive bar? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of my opinion.
Yeah, you usually get like the people that don't really give a shit about what they say. They're going to be very voice their opinion. It's like social media.
Exactly.
Everybody's got a voice.
Yep.
All right, so Josh Hay with a 5 star says, so the staff here are all great. The owners aren't scared to improve the place, and the food available is incredibly good. They use the best ingredients available, with lots of it being locally sourced. The bar staff will make sure your needs are met and you never leave parched. They've got a great arcade route, and the new outdoor bar area is beautiful. Well, worth a visit if you're in Dogtown area. St. Patrick's Day is an absolute ripper here too.
Yeah, I was there on St. Patrick's Day. It was insane to say the least.
Was it a ripper?
Yes. You could not move though. And for me, at the ripe old age of 26, I'm tired of that scene. So
Yeah, I'm 30 and I've been tired of that for years.
yeah, no,
I was like,
I'm over it.
ever since COVID hit, I was like, you know what? I can handle it before, but then now it's like COVID hit. I'm cool with like nobody being around.
I
And then all of a
can't
sudden
do
when
it
you
anymore.
when you go out there and you're like, man, too many people, man. Y'all are too young now. Like, I am not with
Yeah.
this scene. I just want to sit in a dive bar and like listen to music and chill out.
Yeah, it was really truthfully COVID for me too, where like I came back out and I was like, ugh, you're all in my space. Get out of it.
Yeah, like, dude, chill. I'm trying to fucking breathe and drink.
Yeah, I just want to drink a nice beer and hang out.
All right, next up we got C minor 9 with a 4 star says, nice patio, friendly bartenders, drink selection is fine. Max used to be the big draw here, and now that they've moved on, it's not worth a special trip. But if you're in the neighborhood and want to go to a friendly neighborhood bar, but it will fit the bill nicely. Was that in C minor 9?
I'm going to say yes, just so we can move on.
Well, that's what I was going for. So music majors, whatever.
Majors.
Music majors, let me know if I did right. Thanks.
You're gonna get a bunch of hashtags. No.
That wasn't even a C.
Flat.
That wasn't even a C major.
Okay, I love though that every single one has something to say about the patio, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
I did hear a
that's
lot
the
of good
big
things that it
draw.
was nice.
yeah,
Allie Q with another 4 star says, the crew here was a whole lot of fun and very sweet. I felt at home instantly. They don't serve champagne, which is what I was in the mood for. We're mostly a beer bar, but make a mean gin and tonic. The decor is minimalistic, no frills. 'Twas short but sweet, y'all.
I'm not
Who
going
goes
to
to
a
a beer
dive
bar
bar
for
for
champagne?
champagne.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I copied this one down. I was like, who the fuck would go just for champagne, and who actually just feels for champagne, like in the mood
I
for
get
it?
that, but
I've
go to
never-
a place that you think would have it. You're
Yeah,
not
but
going
I'm
to a
saying
dive
like
bar.
when I'm going out, I've never heard of anybody being like, I'm in the mood for some motherfucking champagne.
All I know is you go to a
Yeah.
dive bar in this area and you're like, can I get champagne? You might be thrown out.
Yeah.
To be absolutely fair, this area in St. Louis too, I can't imagine that they looked at her right. Like,
Oh yeah. They said, you want champagne? I'm gonna give you shame and pain.
They left it. Look at you left.
They're gonna throw your ass on the concrete and just stomp on your ass.
yeah, no, that's not the kind of place in St. Louis you go and order champagne.
She still gave it a
Also-
4-star though, so that's.
I just can't get over that. I really can't.
Maybe they should have gave her a highlight.
I feel like the only time to drink champagne is like when you're celebrating something or like
Yeah.
a holiday,
New
like
Year's
New Year's Eve is mostly where I think of people drinking champagne.
Yeah, or like popping it for pictures for like graduation.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
high school graduation. That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, it would have been my high school graduation for
Yep,
sure.
St. Louis.
Social media is tearing us apart. I'm just kidding. All right, so Madeleine Patty with the 1-star says, it was fun, but the bartender in the striped shirt on the night of Friday, May 20th, who was only serving men and ignoring all the women waiting in line way before the men. So maybe y'all should have a sexism screening. He should have his own drink called the misogynist. Damn.
Well, I have a couple questions on this one. First off, is her name Maddie Lane or are you mispronouncing Madeline?
It is probably the first, the latter, I mean.
Okay, there's that. Second, it's time for equal equality at bars. It's been how many years of me drinking that all the women always got their drinks first before the men. So I'm glad
Yeah.
to see that it's being balanced
It's on
out
the-
somewhere.
it's on the
It's
opposite
being
side.
balanced out somewhere.
Okay, so Bruce is
know-
also sexist. I'm sorry, everybody. All the females out there listening right now.
Not sexist. I just equal. They want equal rights. Let's make it equal each way.
I'm glad you're getting canceled, not me this time.
I always go and order and get served immediately. Like you're right though, but it's also a bad thing for the guys that go and order for girls because I know a lot of dudes that have been roofied that it was like meant for a girl. If a gal's going buy drinks, am
Oh,
I just
wow.
making stuff up? Have you guys heard that?
Yeah. No. I get it.
I've had friends that's happened to, but not to make it weird.
Oh, shit. All right.
I made it weird, damn it.
Yeah, you did. Next up, we got Amy G with the 5-star banger says, I had never been to Tam Avenue Bar before last Friday. It has a great partly covered patio. Food from Nomad. I didn't have one, but apparently the burgers are delicious. Almost everyone at my table got one and loved it. It's a great place to meet after work. I'm not sure how it is at night. I'm too old for that, LOL. Will return, would recommend. She liked it.
Their corned beef sandwiches are the best.
Oh, got me there. I love good corned beef.
He does.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Their food is like in that whole I don't know, that whole corridor is bars where that place is. And truth be told, there's not a bad place to go get food down there. It's just kind of what you're into. But I would say Tam Ave probably has the best food.
Okay. I heard it says like Nomad next door, or is that not a thing anymore?
It's
they have their own food?
in they're like it's connected.
Okay.
So it's not like you have to walk into the other one. Well, I mean, you kind of do, but they'll deliver to your table.
Right, but
it's
they're
not
like they're
you-
like together.
They're partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last one we have Seth and Sarah ends us off with a 1-star review saying, $20 bullet. Is it bullet? BULLEIT, or is it bullet?
Bullet.
A bullet
yeah.
shot. Bullet double in a plastic little cup. Music so loud we had to basically scream to hear our friends across the high table. Used to be a great dog-friendly patio, but since its changes, dog-friendly or not, was too loud for a dog. We had to leave in the van anyway. We won't be back.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of it turning into a college bar now.
I get that.
Yeah.
But they also had a response from the owner that says,
Oh.
Hey, Seth and Sarah. I apologize for the music being too loud. It is an issue that we are currently working on, and I can assure you that it won't be like that again. In response to your drink, we use plastic because we are dog-friendly patio. I too prefer to drink whiskey from a rocks glass. However, when we made the decision to be a dog-friendly patio, we wanted to ensure that no pets would ever get injured from a glass or bottle breaking on our patio. As for the cost, the normal pour for a cocktail is 1.5 ounces of liquor. For a double, some places only add an additional 0.5 ounce of liquor, making the drink 2 ounces of liquor, which is why their upcharge is only a percentage of what they charge for that specific liquor. We believe that if you are ordering a double, you want a full double pour, 3 ounces, and so we charge accordingly. We carry a few different bourbons, and if you ask the staff, that they are always happy to let you know the price before you purchase, or recommend something in a different price range. He said, here's a lesson in fucking...
That's right. And he was talking about bourbon.
He said, "You want to leave a review? Damn it." I'm gonna be honest. Bourbon's not my. It's not my place.
But you're drinking a bourbon right now, so what do you feel?
Do you want my full review again?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Hold
Not
on,
yet.
let me block out whatever he just said and let me finish this up real quick. All right. So there you have it. If you're ever in St. Louis, Missouri, check out Tam Avenue with your doggies and get expensive beers. I mean, cheap. Also, I don't know what they got over there, actually. I doubt the workers that sucked are there anymore, but you never know, and that's the gamble you get when you go to a dive bar. So if you decide to go there, let me know how it is, or the beer babe. Or, don't. I don't give a shit. All right, back to me, Honer. So, yeah, how you guys doing? How you guys like this beer?
I still like it. I still stand with my original thoughts.
And what were they?
But I like it. It's not. See, okay, I like it because it's not too heavy. I don't feel absolutely sauced after drinking like 4 or 5 sips of it. And it feels like something that if I was out at a dive bar, I would totally order this.
Yeah, this is a heavy hitter for me.
So what score do you give it, Maddie?
I'm going to go with a 3.75.
375.
It is, I mean, you can drink it, so it's not a pour out.
It is drinky.
It's a drinkable drink. I put down, it's surprisingly below average for me. I don't think it was not well made. If you're really into that bourbon taste, because it's strong, but it's so light on the taste. So like the taste is strong, but there's no body. So you're not getting the hard alcohol that some people might want. And I just wish it decided which way it wants to be. It either needs to be a harder bourbon or go more into the red. I just think the proportions are wrong for my taste buds, so I'm giving it a 2. It's still drinkable. I would drink this before like a Bud Light.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think, honestly, it grew on me. So after you guys described it and everything, saying, hey, don't even try it as a red lager. It's basically just a bourbon barrel age, is exactly what I'm tasting with a little bit of sweetness. And so I'm trying it now and I like it better than before. I think it just threw me off a little bit, but after a little bit longer of trying it out and everything, I do enjoy it. So I'm not going to give it like an absolute 0 like I was trying to earlier. I'm going to at least give it a 2.75 because I do enjoy it. It is drinkable, like you said. So I don't think I'm going to dump it either. I think I could actually finish this.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's go into our last sponsor. Okay, guys, check out the Devore app on your Apple or Android device and try beers across 47 different states. Build your own custom box of the craft beers you'll love or enroll in a subscription and it'll automatically snag the highest rated beers that suit your taste. No minimums or commitments. Get your hand-picked beers delivered right to your doorstep for a flat fee. Yep, any amount of beer, or you'll ship for free with a subscription. And for being a first-time user, you can use our promo code DRUNKWithBuds to get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. Bruce the Beer Bandit uses Devore to get our beers for the show, so you know it's legit. That's promo code DRUNKWithBuds for $10 off your first order of $25 or more.
Yeah. How I'm living is so fucking lethal. Got all that shit, man, it should be illegal. Look at you, man, you ain't even my league. So get up out my way, cause I'm throwing a free throw. Hey, I'm gonna hit the buzzer. I'm gonna hit you in the motherfucking face if I gotta. Cause I don't want you there. Gonna run around the world if I really need to in a million of days. And I'm gonna keep running and I'm running, man. Yeah. That shit should be illegal. Hey. Illegal. Old school hip hop beat, freestyle, boom bap beat, rap instrumental by Antidote Beats on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
We are here with the Beer Babe, and Bruce. We're on the last beer, man. I'm good. I'm feeling great. I'm living. I'm loving. I'm thriving. I'm gonna go with this last beer. I feel like it's gonna be the best one.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I gave it 4.75.
You already gave it? You didn't even try it, and you gave it a 4.75?
All right, so we got the passion fruit lime and orange from Urban Artifact. It is one of their small batch societies. So this is very what is it? Exclusive?
Yeah, you gotta be like in a mail-in club.
Yeah. So
I tell you, I can smell the tart sour.
And this one is 7% ABV, not available IBU. It's 3.90 ratings out of 83 ratings. So about to be 87. And the style guide says the American fruit tart is all about balance. High tone notes of passion fruit and lime ease into around base of orange, showcasing the depth of flavor that real citrus brings. It is the perfect late summer sipper.
Ding ding. It's good. It reminds me of Upland's Pawpaw, but with better flavor. The Pawpaw had the sour, and then it had that weird fruit taste.
Oh, yeah.
This is just fruit that you like.
Yeah, this is very sweet, very citrusy at all, man.
So I'm gonna be honest.
Uh-oh.
I poured it, and then I started drinking it because I couldn't hold myself back.
Oh, that's all right.
It's really good. This one, I was like, all right, this is the winner. This is the one out of the four that I think I love the most. But I'm just a sucker for a good fruity ale. And like where the Mezcalita didn't quite hit on that like fruit flavor for me, this one does. I don't know about the vanilla bean. I don't really think I taste that, but like
I think
I thought there was,
whenever they say they have,
I might be lying.
Whenever they say vanilla, it's almost always code for we're smoothing out the flavor.
Yeah, that's
So if it has
But
vanilla beans, it's just for the aftertaste to smooth it into your throat.
For the most part. I mean, there's been rare occasions.
I couldn't even tell you what vanilla beans taste like unless I just drink a vanilla bean coffee.
Or like just vanilla
first
ice
of all,
cream.
if you drink vanilla extract, that tastes like ass. Like that's not good.
That's too much
It's just
vanilla.
Bitter.
Some people like ass,
Vanilla
so.
extract is nasty when you taste it on its own. But like if you put it in something, you're like, oh, okay, that's good. I don't know. The lime comes through a lot on this one, and I kind of wasn't expecting that.
I'm glad the orange is light. That's the danger anytime you find a fruit tart or any kind of beer that uses orange, because orange is a very powerful taste, and then you don't want it to over dominate everything else. So I'm glad it's taking a back seat.
I like how the orange is kind of like, in a sense, rounding itself around the flavor. It's coating each other flavor, and you get a little bit of it, but you know it's there. It's not hiding or anything, and then you just taste the rest of the fruit. I think more prevalent is the lime. Don't necessarily taste the passion fruit. I guess it must be perfectly.
It's
really
the end. The bite
Yeah.
is the passion
Okay.
fruit.
All right.
I feel like the orange is like the car on a roller coaster, and it's taking you through the lime ups and downs and the passion fruit, and coming around into
It's,
the vanilla, and then you come back down.
It's like one of those fancy breakfast places that you go to that has like mixed juices.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, hey, try this. This is really good. And it's like, oh, here's passion fruit and lime and orange. And it's like that, but it's smoother and it's got alcohol in it. So it's better.
So would you replace this with a mimosa, like bottomless this? Then
Oh,
mimosa?
1000%. Yeah. If they had bottomless this, I would absolutely drown myself in it.
I always like to find those drinks that have a little bit of citrus in it that can kind of compare it to a mimosa, and then you can just like replace it with it. Because it's like, dude, I'd rather prefer this than the champagne mimosa.
Yeah.
You know, champagne.
Yeah.
Well, I know what Honer feels 1,000% that he's gonna whoop your ass in Bruce Trivia.
God dang. Bruce.
If you're not wrong, you know you're right.
Bruce Trivia coming at you live.
That's right. It's time for Bruce Trivia. Woo! It's time for Bruce Trivia, everyone's favorite non-segment. Today, we have two contestants. We have Honer, the rating champ.
Hello, hello.
And we have Maddie on the St. Louis Bluesian team.
Well, I feel like
-1 already, right? We should just give her a -1 right now.
Well, I feel like I start every season off at 0, so I'm not really a rating
all right.
champ.
So there's new season. The guests can take an early lead this season right here.
Well, I don't know. They're at -0 right now.
They're at -1. I mean, you can't have -0. Shoo. Okay, so we're going to play the feud. Best 2 out of 3. Are you guys ready?
I think I am.
We asked 100 single men or women, if someone asked you on a date, what's an excuse you might give when you're not interested? Owner.
Have plans already.
That's the number 4 answer. Maddie, if you can get top 3, you can control your destiny.
I'm just not ready right now.
To answer?
That's the number 5 answer.
Dang.
Owner, not dating right now, not ready. Owner, there is 6 answers and 2 of them already on the board. Do you wish to play or pass?
Let's play it. You know what?
All right. I mean, it's good strategy.
Thank you.
Good strategy. Okay. So, we asked 100, single men and women. What's an excuse you might give if someone's asking you out if you weren't interested?
I have a family thing, like family problem.
I'm sorry. That's not on the board.
No, they don't care about
That's
family?
first strike, buddy. Nope. That's just not a good enough lie, I guess.
I know. Okay.
Well, I feel like there's context to this too.
Yeah.
Like, is it like serious dating, or are they just asking you out for the night? Like, what is it?
I think it's just asking you out.
You know what?
But you're single and you're just not interested in that person.
I'm gonna say I think this is probably the most obvious one. I don't want to. Like, no, thank you. Not interested.
Not interested.
Number 2 answer.
Not interested.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like they're a lot braver now. I don't know. I've been out of the game for a while, but I feel like people are more up.
Okay. Let's recycle some of the ones you used to do when you were single.
You could have handled this.
And he just never said no.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. Just kidding. But let's see. I feel like, what do you say? Like you're rejecting them? Each one is a rejection?
Correct.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm going to have to give you an extra
That's
time.
fine.
2 strikes. You got 1 more.
All right. I'll be out of town.
Don't live around here. I am not from out of town. That's the number 6 answer.
Shit.
We still got number 1 and number 3. Number 1 and number 3 still on the board.
Okay.
I'm seeing someone else.
It's not your time yet. Don't
Oh,
give him.
damn it!
Well, now I
You can
kind of want to
steal
say
it.
that.
You
Okay.
can steal it.
I'm seeing someone else.
The number 1 answer that you're in a relationship already.
Hey!
So there's only 1 left, Honer. You got 1 strike and 1 answer left.
Let's say you tell them you're gay or something like that. Like,
You clear the board.
yeah.
Honer wins the first round.
Woo!
I probably wouldn't have thought that, truthfully.
I wouldn't have thought of what you said because I was like just thinking as like a single person. I was like, obviously they're not, but I don't know their
Yeah.
excuses. Okay, that makes sense.
I know the one that, like, I'm not single either, but a lot of my friends are, and like hearing them say, I'm just not ready. Like, I would have thought that would have been the first one
Uh-huh.
because that like takes it off of the other person. Then you don't feel bad.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit more upfront about it now.
yeah.
So that's why I thought that would be one too.
Yeah.
All right, Maddie, get your bells ready, and Honer, get
All right.
your. We asked 100 men. Oh, well, yes, Maddie. What's your answer? Without even me saying anything.
It's getting ready. That's my
Oh, you're getting ready. Okay. We asked 100 men. Name a word or phrase that contains the word strip. Honer.
Landing strip.
The number 6 answer out of 6. Maddie, just get on the board and you have control of your destiny. That's 100 men. Name a word or phrase that contains the word strip.
Stripper.
The number one answer.
That would be.
Would you like to play or pass? There are 6 answers and 2 are already on the board.
Play.
All right. What's next, Maddie?
All right, we've got landing strip and stripper. Strip tease.
The number 4 answer.
It's all strip related, like stripper, literally.
All right. What about strip bear?
I'm sorry, that's your first
damn it.
strike.
I don't know after that.
Well, America knows because there's still 3 answers.
Dang.
Strip, you'd think stripped bear. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, wood, you know? Strip poker?
That is correct. The number 5 answer. Number 2 and number 3 are still on the board.
I don't know. This is unnecessarily hard.
Right?
Shot in the dark.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
2 strikes to get 1 more.
I think I'm out. I don't think I can think of any other ones.
I would just say something. Just give it a shot and try to eliminate 1 more if you can. Because if he wins this, he wins it.
I know.
That's okay.
Throw something out there. Word alliteration. Strip what?
3, 2.
Strip tip?
1.
Strip tip. Okay, let's find out. No. All right, Honer. Confer with your peoples. You got 1 answer. You have to be on the board or she wins this
Yeah,
round.
it has to contain. It's a word that contains.
It's a word or phrase. Let me read it.
Strip mall.
Oh,
Ah, damn it.
the
That's
number
a good
3
one.
answer.
Woo!
No one did strip club.
They have one?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I was just going to say strip and see if that was the thing.
Oh, no.
I thought that too, actually.
But Honer, you win. Give your victory
Yay!
speech.
All right, so I just want to say that I did whoop your ass, and it was great. I feel really good about myself now, so thank you. Now you are at -2.
I was confident going into this, I'm not gonna lie. And then for some reason I just know nothing about the word strip apparently.
I know. That's why I'm glad you got it, because I was like, I don't know. Obviously, if I couldn't get stripper, I was not going to be good.
I can't believe you guys both just didn't see strip club. I mean, you did everything else that a strip club has. Strippers, strip teasing.
It felt too obvious, I think. I think that's why I passed it up.
Yeah, because why would they have strip club and stripper on there?
Yeah, that felt like too much.
I agree.
Well, it's not the same guy answering 10 times.
I know. Could have been. He's like, hey, ask me again.
So, what's everyone think about this final beer?
All right, I'm going to go first because I know you guys really like it and love it. I think if I didn't drink that smoky beer before this, I would have a little bit better palate for
Fair.
this one because I do like it. I like it, but I think it could be better if I didn't have that smoky taste in it. So because of that, it's getting hindered for a little bit because I don't know if I'm tasting it correctly, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's still good. I know it's probably like better than what I'm thinking right now, but I still have that smoky taste in there, so it's kind of hindering it a little bit.
I'm a little bit better than you. I'm giving it a 3.75.
You think?
I know. It's a very good example of Urban Artifacts sours. Is it my favorite of theirs? No. Is it qualifying to the great level, 4 and higher? It's so close. I don't know if it's, because of the things we drank earlier affecting it, but it's high quality. I recommend if you can get your hands on it, get it and try it. I'm always down for the can art. Most of them are watercolors. They use the watercolors paintings. They're all actually artists that do it for them. So I want to give props out for can art there. It's not one of their best, but it's a good example of what they do. How about you, Maddie?
there's a lot of things I like about this. I like that it doesn't, I know what the word I was looking for earlier when I was describing sours. It doesn't have that chemically sour taste that can be like too much on the back end. I really like the can art. I think it's really pretty and it's very artistic. I also like the way that it was described as a late summer sipper because it's like here in St. Louis, it's definitely fall, but it's also not cold enough yet to feel fully fall. So it's almost like we're kind of in that limbo of like the late summer, early autumn. And I think that this is one that I would go back and drink again, 100%. I really like this, and I really like Urban Artifact in general. So I'm going to give it a 4.25.
I do think this would be a perfect one for like during the night. It's like it's going from day to night. Like it's it's getting there, but it's a summer night. It's about to hit nighttime, but you're drinking this and like the air is right. Everything's just perfect. Summer air and all that. And it's about to get a little bit chilly, but it's not too much, like too crazy. But like when you're drinking this, I feel like that would be like the perfect balance of when you would drink this.
I am definitely a fan.
All right. So now we have the shouts out to top 15 cities downloaded our last episode.
Now this is very interesting. We're gonna have some new names.
Uh-oh.
And the number 2 one should be surprising because it has a lot of downloads for number 2. And I haven't said this before. So are we ready?
Yeah.
South Bend, Indiana, Adelaide, Australia, Indianapolis, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Warsaw, Indiana, Frankfurt am Main, Hesse, Germany, Granger, Indiana, Clemens, North Carolina, Goshen, New York, not Indiana, which is weird. Syracuse, Indiana, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Bluffton, South Carolina, Bayonne, New Jersey, Bremen, Indiana, Bradenton, Florida, London, England, Detroit, Michigan, Knox, Indiana, Bastrop, Texas, Caledonia, Michigan, Del Rio, Texas, Orangeville, Ontario, Canada, Harrisburg, Illinois, Rosedale, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Columbia, Indiana, Somersville, South Carolina, St. Leonard's on the Sea, East Sussex, England, Mishawaka, India, Plymouth, Indiana, Oceanville, Delaware, Visalia, California, New York. That's one too many New York. Groverton, Indiana, Dayton, New York, Salem, Massachusetts. Witchy up in here. Hey-o. Carlsbad, California. Thanks, Christine. Matamoros, Pennsylvania. Santa Elixir de la Riviera, Colón, Mexico. Helmet, California, Lynn, Massachusetts, Zionsville, Indiana, Darlington, Pennsylvania, and finally, Cupar Fife. I believe that's Norway.
Nice.
What was not on there is any cities or townships or villages anywhere around St. Louis.
Yeah, sad.
What's going? I can't even get a pre-download from our guest. Oh my! I thought you did research.
It's all good. It's all good. But hey, the Canada guy was the one that commented on your video. The Beers and Kayaks guy. He was on our show before.
Yeah.
We love that motherfucker. So Jeff, if you're hearing this, hello, Jeff. I mean, or should I say Hefe? I don't know.
Not Hefe.
Hefe means boss. All right, so last call. Which of the beers today would you order for the last call of the night? The bartender's closing down. He said, you got one more shot to get drunk. What are you taking?
Now, it might not be your favorite. It's the one you think you should end your night with.
So it could be heaviest, it could be the best that you liked, or, whichever one that you think you're going to end the night with.
I know what mine is.
Go for it.
Bourbon Barrel.
Damn.
Hey, I fully disagree.
Yeah. I do as well.
Isn't that what makes a good podcast, though, if we disagree?
Controversy.
It wouldn't be cool if we both liked it.
That's true.
I think I'm going to go with the stout. I think I can end the night with that. A nice sipper. Kind of, the fall helps that. I mean, I wouldn't make the same choice if this episode was airing in July.
Right.
But I feel like that stout would be a great nightcap.
Yeah, when I leave, it depends. I like heavy, I like flavor.
Sometimes light.
I like flavor going out. Out of these ones, I feel like I would like the flavor going out. So I'm not going to say Fruit Legger only because of the smokiness aftertaste. That would take me home, and I don't want that. I would drink it during the time, maybe first, whatever. But I'll go with the Urban Artifact. I'll do that one as I'm going home and be like, yeah, I know I'm good. It's not going to mess me up too much more. It's just going to leave me on a good note.
That's my second to last.
Nice. So now it's time for the guest book. Maddie, we haven't told you about this, so hopefully you haven't thrown away any of your cans. It's time for you to grab a Sharpie and you need to autograph your favorite beer of the night. And then you're going to send it back to us, and we have shelves upon shelves. That's our guest book for being on the podcast of all of our guests signing their favorite can, and we have them up for pictures and things like that.
Oh, that is so fun. I absolutely love that.
Don't steal
I'm
it.
glad I didn't
Trademarked
throw-
Drunk with Buds.
You can steal if you want. I don't give a shit either.
Just
I'm
make sure
not
you
about
go
to
like.
start a podcast, so I'm down.
So it's time for socials and final promotions. Hit us up with all your links and where we can find you.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, out loud.
Wait, you want me to say them out loud?
Yeah, it's for you.
It's,
for you.
it's for
All right,
all the
damn
people listening.
Damn it,
All right, let's
this is
redo
what,
it.
This is
Redo
what
it.
All right,
happens when you drink four
this is
beers on a
4
Sunday.
beers. One's 10+%.
Yeah, it's all right. All right.
So it's time for social medias and final promotions. Where can we find you and our guests?
So I am on TikTok and Instagram at _beer babe.
So find her.
So
Nice.
so check me out.
Yeah, go check her out.
Go
man.
check her out. I mean, you can
Good
find
stuff. Find out if you like. If you're not a fan of beer, she'll show you which ones you would actually like. And,
True.
And if you don't like those ones, then we can't fucking help.
and you can yell at you.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be good. Damn it! So you follow that and you drink those. All right.
Yep.
So I am Honer Creations on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I make dumbass videos for dumbass people like me. I'm the social media guy for Drunken Buds. So if you're talking to us, you're talking to me.
I'm Beer Bandit Bruce on Twitter and Bruce the Beer Bandit on everything else, including Untapped. You can follow Drunk with Buds on Untapped as well, Drunk with Buds. You can find Drunk with Buds on all social media platforms, just like Honer was speaking there earlier.
Yep, and me and Two Tones are going to start an OnlyFans called Only Buds,
Only Buds. There
where we
you
show
go.
our chests.
Where you show your chest while you're drinking. If you were watching on Friday night, you had a show.
Yeah, you did. We were.
You had a show. The buttons just kept going, boop, 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 all the way down. And they were drinking mediocre beers. So
We
it's
were.
mediocre beers and mediocre chests.
Whatever, dude.
So thank you for being on the show, Beer Babe Maddie. I hope you had a great time and you're excited about
Oh,
everything.
hell yeah.
Anything last to say before Honer and you in a duet wrap ourselves out?
Check me out on social media. That's all I have to say.
Check her out.
her
Very
out.
entertaining.
Yeah. I'm yeah, that's it. I told y'all I'm a simple gal.
All right, now simply put a rap down to this beat.
All right, so we got Upbeat Funk TV show by Infraction. No copyright on Infraction. No copyright. YouTube. This is not. Hey, I'm running away. Hey, I'm running all the way just to save the day. Hey, I'm gonna do what I can if that's okay. Just wanna know if that's okay. It's time to get going. It's time to get throwing. Hello, da, 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 da. It's time to get going. It's time to get throwing all your cares away.
The Blues suck. The Cardinals do too. Where's your football team there in LA? Oh no, maybe in Phoenix you couldn't find it too, cause St. Louis is where everyone goes to die.
Where you gonna go? Cause I'm running away. Everything I'm doing, man, it's here to stay. I'm gonna do what I can, so get away. All right.
Stay sexy, everyone.
Stay sexy. Please.
I'll try. Yeah.